Hey you guys, so this is part 2. I'm just gonna jump right into it, but this is my channel and I wanted to say this is Eros Spoke, and we are only about God. We are only about life, challenges, accomplishments, achievements, and everything that has to do with the Lord. We're about Jesus. So if you wanna we're gonna continue into what I was just talking about on part 1 of these 2 videos, but I just wanted to tell y'all because I want to talk to y'all and tell y'all what I really don't understand. I don't understand why God allows spirits to even exist, because originally what I always thought was that spirits are just living in the spirit because they were someone in this earth who died, who lived, who then went on to not go to heaven or hell, but they went to be stuck on this earth, and they got stuck in the spirit instead of going anywhere because they have some type of thing that is anchoring them, or they just didn't get to where they were supposed to go because God didn't deem them to go to heaven or hell. They killed themselves, they committed suicide, or they committed some type of sin that God said, you're not worthy enough of heaven, but I'm not going to send you to hell. I don't know, it doesn't say anything about that in the Bible, I don't think, but I just think that maybe that's possible. Maybe that's something that could happen, because some things I watched when I was younger and some things I read, I kind of believed in the afterlife, and I also believed in I used to believe kind of in reincarnation, but I don't anymore. Not really. I don't think that's real, but I do think that these spirits are, I don't really understand why God allowed them, because there's demons, there's devils, there's imps, there's entities, and these spirits, they come to wreak havoc. They come to be evil. They're evil beings that can connect from their world to our world through visions, through hallucinations, through audible hallucinations. And I feel I don't think they're necessary. Even if it's somebody like me who's going through this, and the reason is that God is allowing it is because he wants to take you from one place to the next, and he wants you to go through a valuable lesson to learn what you need to learn. I just feel it's not necessary for me enough to go through all of this warfare and come out just for a lesson, because at the end of the day, he can teach me in so many different ways that I would never probably understand until I get to sit down with him one by one, talk to him, and he talks to me, and he answers all my questions about this. I don't have all the answers, but I can say that if you're going through any situation with spirits, with anything that lives in this spirit and that tries to attack you physically, mentally, emotionally, however it tries to attack you, one thing you need to do is focus on yourself. Anchor yourself to the truth. Read your word. Talk to God. If he responds or doesn't respond, keep talking to God. Let him feel that void, whether you can feel his presence or he can feel you, or he's going to feel you or not. Just let it fill you. The fact that you have conversation with him and talk to him, let that fill you, and let that be enough to where it's to the point to where it's I don't need to go to nobody, because everybody's going to think I'm crazy, or everybody's going to try to send me to the mental hospital, or they're going to tell me to get on medicine, this, that, and the third. They're going to tell me their own opinion, and I don't want to hear that. God will never do that to you. He's not going to force anything on you. He's not going to make anything be something that you might feel is unnecessary or anything. Hold on, I got to let my dog in real quick, so let me go do that. I just think the thing about it is if you have an scapegoat, use it. If you have a way to get away from these spirits, use it. If you have this time, if you're in a situation where you have to deal with spirits, but it's they come and they go, be wise, because they're coming and going for a reason. They're looking for an in, they're looking for an out, they're looking for a way to respond, to get a response. They're looking for a way to get answers to questions so they can anchor themselves attach themselves to you and your life, and they don't have to come and go. They can stay, because spirits are constantly looking for a divine thing, a divine authority, or a divine something to feed off of, and then they're trying to look for a domain. They're trying to look for something to have a dimension and to have to have dominance in, to have control over. So if they're coming and going, you need to make sure there's no open doors, nothing that you're open to that will allow them in, to allow them to create strongholds, to allow them to create warfare, to allow them to create things that'll anchor you to them, so that you have to deal with them every day or every now and then. You don't want to deal with spirits at all. It's not cool. If you're one of those people, I'm just gonna be honest, like, I'm talking to you like this because, like, I'm kind of like trying to be a big sister right now. Like, if you're one of those people that think that spirits and demons and devils are cool, and it's like cool to like talk to them, it's cool to like hang with demons and devils, and I'm telling you, it's not cool at all. It's nothing cool about it, because these things are only here to communicate with you, to feed off of you, to cause you to do things, to control you, to take over you, to overtake you, to depower you, to have a sanction to live through, to have something to annoy, to feed off of something. And I'm telling you one thing, like, it's not a game, because these things can cause death. These things can cause accidents, and can cause danger, can cause serious, like, life threatening things that can happen just because of one spirit. Like, this one time I was doing something, I'm not sure if I was walking, running, or I was like on some type of like bicycle or like something. I was doing something, and the spirit was talking so much, but it got angry because it couldn't like make me feel anything. It couldn't like physically touch me. So when it started to talk so much that I got distracted and I almost hurt myself. And that's when I realized to myself that this thing was trying to cause me to hurt myself. Like, it literally tried to make me hurt myself, just because it got angry because I wasn't paying attention to it, just because I wasn't giving it attention, and because it wasn't being able to like physically touch me. And I could feel that. And these obesity spirits like to make you eat just because they can't feed off of you, or because spirits can't physically put food in their mouth. Like, they don't get energy from food. They get energy because they're demonic, and they feed off of like different things in the earth that are left behind, like energies that are left behind, or energies that they get off of people. They have some type of energy source that I'm trying to figure out where it comes from. I'm going to do some research today. I'm going to like get in my Bible and try to figure out what this is. But they speak constantly. They have a goal. They have something that they're trying to achieve. They're trying to either get you to physically harm yourself. That's why people cut themselves, because they hear voices and they see things. That's why people hurt themselves and cause self-harm or commit suicide, because literally these spirits are here to do harm. They're sent by the enemy. They're sent by a mission. They have a mission to impact our life in not just a negative way, but a deathly way, a harmful way, a evil way. So I'm saying all this to say that literally you have to be careful. You have to be as meticulous, or even more meticulous, than the spirits that are trying to control your mind. The temptations they try to put on you, like lust, the temptations they try to put on you, like the desire to lie or sin at all. You have to focus on like the patterns, the things that they say. Sometimes not focus completely, but just don't ever open your mind to the spirit. But I'm just saying, like, open like the idea in your head that says why this spirit is attracted to you in the first place. Because this anxiety spirit was attracted to me. You see how fast I can talk? I have manic, but before I didn't have manic, I talked fast, very fast. I could like sit here and get a whole conversation out in 2 minutes that, basically I'm not even going to say that, but like, I talk very fast and very quick. So it was attracted to me because it saw how I moved. It saw the energy that I worked on. It saw that it could feed off of me and get something from me that said, I have patience, but I have control, and I'm very fast. So it slowed me down. It stopped me from talking so fast. It stopped me from doing this. It stopped me from doing that, just to discourage me, so it can feed off of the fact that emotionally I'm getting discouraged, or I feel like this sense of like depression, or I feel like depression can be a spirit. There is a spirit called depression. So I'm telling you this, like, if you're fighting depression right now, or you're fighting something that's evil, and you think it's you, it's probably not you. It's probably something that's anchored to you, or something that's trying to get into you, or that is in you, that's a demon, that's a spirit, that's a devil, that is trying to force you or make you. Because if I could share my whole story with you right now on YouTube, I would never put my whole story on there, because there's some things that happened to me and that I went through that you either wouldn't believe, or you would think was so cruel or so evil or so like disgusting that like you would think, oh yeah, I don't want to hear that, or I don't want to be in that. But that's the reason why, that's basically the reason why I don't really hold you and like share my whole story. But it's like, some things are like really like, it's real. And when you get in your head that it's real, you can fight most of it than you thinking that, oh, it's just a game, or you thinking that it's like it's not so serious, or that it's not gonna like affect you in a way that just is going to cause serious harm to you. I think everyday prayer is good. Every day reading the Bible, reading your scripture is good. Talking to God is good. Getting an outlet is good. Worshiping is good. Praising is good. The way you live, remember that thing that I taught y'all. The way you live your life is worship. Praise is the offering you give to God out of your heart, out of intimacy, out of the abundance of your love. I feel like this is a very serious topic that's not really being talked about as much as it should, because it goes on. There's plenty of people that have been through medicine and mental hospitals, got so many diagnoses, and is still living a life where they think that it's all them. They don't know where it went wrong, or they know where it went wrong, but they can't get out of it. And it's simply just a spiritual life that they live in. They have no idea even exists. Half the things that I'm talking about, they don't even know. They wouldn't be able to recognize the words that I'm using. But if I can be a person that gets out this information, and I'm being that, since I'm being that, I feel like I'm doing something that isn't needed. I'm causing knowledge to be on a forefront, or being on a foundation that says, like, people need to know about this. People need to be aware that this can happen in anyone's life. If it can happen in an apostle's life, it can happen in a pastor's life. It can happen in a preacher's life. It can happen in a prophet's life. Then it can happen in a life where, if it can happen to somebody that's just always joyful, that's always happy, that's always loving, that's always kind, they can get depressed, they can become evil, they can turn to hatred, they can turn to lust and sin, then it can happen to anyone. It can happen to all of us. It's nothing to feel ashamed about. Having spirits is nothing to feel like down about, or nothing to feel like, oh, I'm so weird, like this happens to me and I get these feelings, I get these emotions, these things attack me. No, that's not weird. It's something you literally can't help. It's like, don't feel like you're weird. Don't feel like you're different. Don't feel like you're ashamed. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like any way that makes you feel like you're gonna hurt or harm yourself, because at the end of the day, it's a circumstance, it's a situation that you're going through that you can't fully control sometimes, because it's not you doing it, it's someone afflicting you. These spirits like to create victims. They like to go from one person to the next, create victims, and have a home to live in, so they can create demonic forces, entities, and they're trying to build an army. Before the Antichrist, this is why I believe, I could be wrong, but before the Antichrist comes, they're trying to build an army that will go and physically be able to do their works for them, so that it won't be just like, oh, I'm living in the spirit. So a spirit will probably say, like, I'm living in the spirit, but I don't have any control. Like, I can't go pick up a piece of paper, write a note, or I can't go drink some water. I can't do anything that's physical. But if I have entities, if I have like physical beings that I have victimized, and I have as victims, they'll do it for me because they're afraid of me, or they feel like I have control over them. So it's probably a lot of times where somebody has killed someone or raped someone, and it wasn't even them. It was a spirit that did it through them, and now they need deliverance. Now they need help, and they're crying out, and they're like, oh my God. And this really touches my heart sometimes, because when I sit here and go through some of this stuff, I'm like, did this thing really just make me do this? And I didn't even do it myself, but this thing just took control over me and made me do this. That means that some people who rape and murder and lie and steal and sin aren't doing that themselves. It's being controlled. They're being made to do this thing. So we need to help those people, because people go to jail, people go to mental hospitals, people get locked up in places that we can't even find them. People get stolen, kidnapped, because spirits lead these people to places to get harmed and hurt. And it's like, we can prevent some of these things from happening. You know how many... I watched the video. Some famous person said that every 15 minutes or 15 seconds or something, 15 something, that a child is being victimized or hurt or harmed or endangered. And I was like, what the heck? That's in the United States alone. So think about the whole world going through this. Some of this is not us. Some of this can be, a lot of this, all of it can be prevented. All of it can be stopped. That's what I think. That's what I feel. That's how I feel. So if you just acknowledge it, if you just put your own knowledge to like how to prevent some of these things and stop some of these before they even get to you, before they even happen, and just have the knowledge of these things, then you won't have to worry about it. You won't have to go through it, or you can stop and prevent somebody else from going through it. So that's why I share my story. That's why I feel like always comfortable with like opening up to like people that I probably don't even know, because like at the end of the day, people need help. people need an anchor. People need a belief system. And that's why we have God. That's one of the reasons why some people even follow Christ, period. It's just because they want to believe in something. They need happiness. They need the fruits of the Spirit because that's what's good for them. They need joy. So we all have to have patience. And that's the one thing, if you take nothing from these 2 videos that I want you to take from, I want you to take that fact. We all need patience. Living without patience is living without knowledge, living without wisdom, living without understanding. And it's because when you are patient, you have the ability and just the capability to be calm, period. To have things done. A patient person can get things done and be sufficient. An impatient, impulsive person might be able to get things done, but they're always moving. They're always going. They never stop for a breath of fresh air and just enjoy life and just like have that calmness, that stillness that says, I am okay, I am sufficient, I'm good. But that doesn't mean they can't get there. We can all get to the place that we're trying to go. As long as we have Christ with us, we can do all things through him. So I want to tell y'all that. So I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. You all matter. You're all important. And I love you. Like, I love all of y'all. Please start commenting. Comment if you want to comment. Share if you want to share. Like if you want to like. Do whatever you want. And, like, spread the word about my channel if you want to. Like, support me if you want to. Okay, that was all. Okay, bye.